Okay, everyone. So today we're going to be filming a video. Today's video is going to be ranking the seasons of American Horror Story. Best to worst, in my opinion. Now, this is something that I really want to do because I want to review the entire season. So in order for me to do that, we have to actually start by determining where I'm at and my perspective on the season. So let's start there. We are going to go to tiermaker.com/create, and we're going to start that process. Now, something I really want to start doing is a review series on my channel, and it's going to be a review and reaction series where we talk about different shows, different movies, and different plays and dramas and musicals. And we want to open up and actually start dissecting the series season by season, episode by episode, movie by movie, franchise by franchise, and we're going to explore these worlds that people like Ryan Murphy are creating. We're going to turn it into something that we can talk about. Simple. Let's talk about why I'm choosing American Horror Story. I actually posted a poll on Twitter, and it was Tyler Perry, American Horror Story, or Real Housewives. I'm not doing Real Housewives because I've never actually watched it, so that would just be a hot mess. But what actually ended up happening is American Horror Story won, or I think it was tied with Tyler Perry. Yeah, so I posted this poll on Twitter, and I'm going to screenshot it, but I'm actually going to show it up here because I don't feel like doing all that. And we got 10 people who voted. American Horror Story won by about 10%. So we're going to start with our American Horror Story series review. And let's go. We're going to make our own template. And while we're waiting on this to load, something I really want to talk about is I want you to give me your recommendations of things that you think that I should review on my channel. So after the American Horror Story review, we're going to move on to these two shows that Tyler Perry is working on. It's The Oval and Ruthless. And I want to actually talk about how these shows come together and how, while I don't always like everything that Tyler Perry puts on TV, that this is actually an interesting concept that I wish he could build on. So once we get through this, we're gonna move into some different things. I know y'all are gonna be like, Tyler Perry, hold on now. Let me explain. Not all his shows are bad. You just got to click on them and find the one you like, because he got like 30 of them. That's not the problem, but yeah. So we're gonna start creating our template. We are finally on the page we need to be on. 3, yeah, like that. Okay, so now we're gonna be ranking these episodes. Now we're automatically gonna put, okay, well first, what do these rankings mean? Is S the best or is S the worst? I don't like this layout because I feel like the top should be green and the bottom should be red. It only is logical. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through and we're gonna change these images. We're gonna change the images because I need them to look right. This looks stupid to me. So let's go. S is gonna be green. What's this one? A is gonna be lighter green. B is gonna be the same thing, but C is gonna go to the dark, like darker yellowish, and then D is gonna be the red or the orange or whatever you want to call it, because I feel like that makes the most sense. And I don't know what the letters mean in correlation to the rankings, so I'm gonna just rank it how I want, and you gonna know that if it's green, that means I like it, and if it's red, that means I don't, because those letters are stupid. So let's start with the most recent season. So in the most recent season, we got NYC. Now I put that one as my favorite because it is just so good. If you haven't watched the most recent season, you're missing out and you're probably kind of dumb. But now after that, we're gonna move on to Coven. Because if you watch Coven, you already know that Coven was arguably the best season throughout the entire series. And the only reason that it ain't number one is because I thought NYC was better than Coven. That's an entire thing. Most people would not agree with that. That is a me thing, but I think that NYC was better than Coven. So okay. So Coven is gonna come next. Now I think, okay. So yeah, Coven is gonna come in to second place, hot at second place, and then next at third place. Now I know people are not going to agree with me on this one, but I think Freak Show. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I think that Freak Show is actually number 3. Number 3. Freak Show is probably the best. But now I'm trying to think about it. So you got, yeah, no, Freak Show is the best. Freak, not the best, but like it's up there. So you got Freak Show, and I'm gonna put that under Coven and NYC. Under Coven and NYC, how we feel about that? Under Coven and NYC. And then, honestly, y'all, I'm looking at it now, and I just gotta put it up there. Not this one, but it was. Hold on, which one is it? It was one that was like my least favorite. I want to make sure I got it right. Season 10. Season 10. Do I even got it on here? I think this is it. The double feature. This was probably the worst season in the entire franchise. Oh, it's not moving. Please cooperate. Fuck. It's taking too long. But season 10 was the worst season ever. It was split seasons. You had the aliens. Oh, now it's doing way too much. My computer is moving so jack fucking stupid. So I didn't like that season because of how it was set up. And I'm not going in order. I just needed to put that at the bottom of the tier. That was bottom tier, lowest denominator. Ryan Murphy should have been fired and executed by the President of the United States. It is horrible. Horrible. I don't even know why they even uploaded that to Hulu, Netflix, whatever streaming platform that was on. They should have just scrapped it and threw it away, tossed it in the mud. That was the worst season in the entire. Now I will say the beginning of the season was better than the end, because I don't really care about no aliens. But the idea about the pills and like the creatives and the artists and like all these famous people were taking these pills and sucking the blood and becoming vampires, that was a good concept. Now if they would have ran through with that, it probably would have been among the best seasons up there. Now I will say, if we're talking about things that were bottom tier, I think we also need to take into consideration, right? We really do. Hotel. I don't think we're being honest. This was bottom tier. Negative. If I could put it in the negative, it would be the negative, bottom tier. Now, let's do some uplifting. Roanoke. How do we feel about Roanoke? Roanoke was season 6. So, season 6. I don't remember exactly how I felt about Roanoke, and I might have to rewatch this before I do the review of this season, because I felt like it was like, it wasn't bottom tier, but it wasn't mid. So it might be like mid bottom tier. Do you think it's mid bottom tier? I'm gonna say mid bottom tier. Now, I actually liked Asylum. People say they did not like Asylum. I liked Asylum. I'm not gonna put it at number one. It ain't the best. It ain't NYC. It ain't Coven. But it ain't season 10. You notice how every season got, see, they call it the double feature. I'm not calling it double feature. Season 10 was bumpkus. We're not doing that. So we're gonna put it up there, and we're not gonna put it near season 10. The only reason that, what's this one got, this one went over here, is because it deserved it. These two deserved it. I don't think we're gonna get anything else that's bottom tier. But these two deserved it. Now, 1984, I ain't gonna call it bottom tier. You heard me? Look, actually, no, we're not gonna do that one. I like Colt. I did. I actually liked Colt. But I do think it was mid. I do think it was mid. But I don't think it was mid for any reason other than like it just wasn't top tier and it wasn't bottom tier. Like it wasn't bad and it wasn't the best. It was just, it was a season. I liked it. It kept up, it kept the story moving, it kept the story flowing. But it wasn't like top notch, best of the best. Put it in the number one, right? Now we got these last three. Now let me say why these are kind of important and kind of not. So this one, oh, I got a burp. I think it's okay. I lied. 1984. 1984, I don't really recall my thoughts on it. So I'm put that mid-tier, because if I don't recall, then it wasn't that good, obviously. Like, obviously. And I already ranked NYC. We already ranked Freak Show. Hotel was mid. We already established that. Hotel was mid. If you don't think so, you're probably mid too. You're probably mid too. And then Murder House, I would actually put it up. I like Murder House. I did. It was the opening salvo. It was good. It wasn't the best. It wasn't NYC. It wasn't Coven. And that's a running theme. Are you NYC? Are you Coven? No. Okay. Are you double feature? Are you hotel? I mean, no. So I guess, like, in theory, on a good Thursday, I mean, that's giving it a lot. Roanoke. I'm not gonna put it at bottom tier, but I didn't care for it. I'm not gonna put it at bottom tier, but I did not care for it. So we gonna put that mid. So here's how we got our little tiers. You got NYC and Coven at the top. Then you got Freak Show, Asylum, not Roanoke. What's that first season called? Whatever the first season called, that opening salvo. And then you got your mid to bottom tier. Now in your mid to bottom tier, you got everything else. You got that double feature. You got that one with the key in the mouth. I don't remember what it's called. You got the other one and the other one in 1984. They were all mess. All of it. If it's not A or S, it was bad. And that's how you are gonna see my reviews. I'm gonna do my review out of order. So I'm not gonna do season 1 through 11. I'm gonna do 11, and then I'm gonna do Covenant, and then I'm gonna do all my faves. And then we're gonna move on to the bad ones. And the reason I'm doing that is because after this, I'm gonna do the Tyler Perry review series. And at the Tyler Perry review series, you're gonna see that that one wasn't that good. So we need to end on a bad note with this one so we can transition. So we see what Isaiah thinks about bad shows and how they should be structuring themselves and how they are structuring themselves. So this is my tier list of the seasons of American Horror Story. Not that fancy, not that grand, but it gives you a roadmap of where I'm at and how I'm gonna be reviewing. So yeah, this is it. We're done. We're wrapping this up. It's over. Goodbye. Oh, make sure you subscribe, like and subscribing. Tell me what you think of the actual reaction to the tier list. What's your reaction to the tier list? Because my opinion ain't perfect. It is. Well, actually, yeah, my opinion is perfect. I value my opinion the most, so. If you disagree in the comments and let me know. Subscribe. See you next week. Merry Christmas.